Hey guys, this is Naveen here. Welcome back to Naveen Automation Labs. And in this video, we are going to talk about that. Do we have any inheritance concept in JavaScript? In the last session, we have already seen that what do you mean by class in the objects. Let's see that do we have the concept of parent class, child class, and can we have the inheritance concept in JavaScript just like we do have in Java and other languages. So I'll do one thing. Let me just quickly create a new file in this particular JS practice, and let's click on a new file. And here we are going to talk about inheritance. Okay. So inheritance dot, or let's see, inheritance.js. Inheritance.js. Let's take a practical or some better example. For example, first I'm going to create one parent class, right? So see this. Inheritance means access some properties from the parent class, right? It means a child class can take some properties. Properties means either variables or the methods, the behavior of that particular class, the method of that particular class, I can inherit in my child class, I can do it, right? So that's why whenever you have to create a parent class, that parent class can also be called a super class. That is also fine. Or you can say a parent class also. For example, let's say I'm going to create a class and the class name is a vehicle class. Okay. And this vehicle class, as I mentioned earlier, that here you don't need to define any class variables. You can directly start with the constructor here. So I'm going to create the constructor and some class variables directly inside the constructor. You can initialize it or you can create it like this. Let's see, every vehicle is having a make, a model, and let's see year. Okay, the year of manufacturing or something like this. And then I'm writing this dot make is equal to this. And then this dot model equal to this. And this dot year is equal to this. You don't need to create three variables directly in the class. It will super flexible. You don't automatically, it will understand that from here. And let's say I'm going to create a couple of methods also. For example, let's say give me the information about that particular vehicle. And then here I'm saying you have to return something from this function. So let's see, I'm returning that all these three information, the make, model, and year. And I really want to print the value of the make, model, and year also. So I'm going to use backtick. And with the backtick, I'm going to use a dollar. And then here I'm writing that give me what this dot make and comma. And then again, I'm writing again dollar curly braces. And then this dot what? This dot model. Perfect. And then again, I'm writing another comma. And then again, I'm writing dollar. And then in the curly braces here, I'm writing that give me the year also of the manufacturing. And then this one. Right. So why I'm using backtick, once again, I've already given this example so many times that backtick, whenever you have to use something, whenever you're using some special string with the comma, dollar, curly braces, or some regular expression that you really want to use, so better you use backtick, not with the single quote. Then let's say I'm going to create one more method. The method name is, let's see, start engine. Okay, any method name. Let's see, this is the behavior or method. Start the engine, and then I'm printing that console.log engine started or starting the engine. Okay, and then I'm writing, let's say, stop engine method also, and this is giving me what stopping the engine, and then I'm closing the bracket here and then closing the method. And then it's not mandatory to write semicolon. That's okay. And otherwise, if you write it, that's fine. Okay, there is no issue with that. It's okay. So let's see, these are the only three methods and three variables I have created, right? So this is a class got ended here at line number 18. Now I'm going to do what? I'm going to create one child class. And this child class also, you can say I can create one subclass. This is also, you can say that. And the child is the inherited child, you can say, of the vehicle class. So how will you create a child class? So let's see, for example, I'm going to create a class. Let's see, car class I'm going to create, which is the child of the vehicle class. So here we have to use one keyword that is called same keyword, extends keyword. We have to use it and extending what? The extending vehicle over here, right? So now this car is the child class and vehicle is a parent class, or you can say vehicle is a super class or car is a subclass. And the car class is also saying that I'm having some, okay, one more constructor. So let's see, I'm writing, just copy pasting here. And car is also having its make, model, year. And let's see one more property that, let's see what type of fuel it can take. Petrol, engine, gas, gasoline, or whatever. Let's see, I'm going to use this like that as well. And I'll do one thing. Let me remove this thing from here. And now can I call the parent class constructor, just like we do it in Java. Yes, we can do it with the help of super keyword. Okay. So let's say I'm just calling the super keyword, and whatever the make, model, and year that you are passing, I'm going to exactly supply to the parent class, right? So super keyword is used to call the parent class constructor. Remember this thing, right? So when we create the object of car class, this constructor will be called, and that time I'll be passing make, model, and year, and this super will call the parent class constructor, means the vehicle class constructor. The same make will be given to make, model, year in the vehicle class constructor, and the fuel type, I'm going to initialize it with the help of same thing, that this dot, the fuel type is equal to what, the fuel type here. Perfect. And let's see, in the car class also, if I really want to create any other method, that also you can do it. So let's see, here I'm writing drive the car. Okay, drive car method that I'm going to write, and then here I'm simple writing that console.log and driving the car. Okay, so let's see, I simple write, not this, I'm simple writing. Now I can use a single code here, and console.log, I don't need to comment it out. Console.log means driving the car. Okay, perfect. And which car that you really want to drive, if you really want to use it, you can just append it with this dot model also. You can write it that I'm driving this particular model. So it will take this particular model variable here without any problem. So let's see, one class is also created. Then I'm going to create, let's see, one more child class of the vehicle class. So I'll do one thing. Let's create one more child class of the vehicle class. It means vehicle is having two child classes. One is the car, and let's see, I'm going to create one is the truck also, or motorcycle or bike or whatever. So truck is also extending this and having one constructor. And this time I'm saying the constructor is also having the make, model, year, but this time I'm not passing the fuel type. Here I'm saying that the loading capacity. Something like this. Like, what is the loading capacity of the truck? And the same loading capacity here, this dot loading capacity and this dot this, I'm using it over here. And then I'm creating one super class constructor also. I'm calling it, call the parent class constructor, means the vehicle class constructor, please call it. And then here with the this, let's see, drive car or drive, we can say drive truck, right? So drive the truck, and here I'm writing one statement, that is drive the truck here. And which truck that you're writing, I mean, you are using this dot model or something like this, along with this capacity also. You can just write it that the capacity is what, the capacity is plus, and this dot capacity. Okay, the loading capacity actually. Perfect. So let's see, this is the thing that we have written. I hope it's clearly visible. So three classes, every class is having the constructor and the some methods. So perfect. Now this car, I mean, the class creation part is done. Now I'll do one thing. I'll start creating the objects. In objects, you can say that, or instances also, we can say that. So I'm going to create the objects with the help of what? With the help of new keyword that we have to use, that we have already discussed in the last session. So what do you have to do? So I'm going to create the object, and the object reference name, let's say I'm writing, going to create the object of, let's see, this one, the car class object, the child class object. So let's say I'm going to create the car, which is equal to new, and new what? New car here. And then C is saying that whenever you create the object of the new car, you have to give me the make, model, and you can just see it here that year and the fuel type also you have to give it to me, right? So let's use this here that I'm going to give, and we are going to create the object of car class, and then I'm supplying it. Okay, make sure that, let's write, generally we write the class name with the capital letter. So car, we are going to write it here. Okay, so we have to pass the make. So let's see, here I'm passing one car here. Let's see, car name is Honda. And the second thing is that the model, which model that you are using it. So let's see, here I'm using the model is Civic, Honda Civic. And then I'm writing, let's see, the year. Let's see, year is 2023. That is, I'm passing with the numeric value. And other than the what? Other than the fuel type. So let's see, here I'm passing the fuel type is, it's a petrol engine. Okay, the petrol car. That's it. Perfect. So this is what, let's see, we have created. And then the same way that I'm going to create the object of truck class also. So here I'm going to create that another constant. And let's see, this is a truck. Okay. a truck reference variable, which is equal to, so you don't need to write any truck here, like in Java. Here automatically it is dynamic binding. So automatically it will understand you are creating the object of truck. So reference type also of the truck is truck only. Okay. So here I'm writing, let's see, truck here. And then in the truck also, we are passing some information that it says you give me the make. So let's see any thing that, let's see, I'm writing the truck is provided by Tata, right? And which model that you are using it. So let's see Sumo model. Okay, I'm just writing some random names here. Let's write Sumo model. Which year? The year that I'm passing, let's see, again 2020 model or 2020 year. And the loading capacity again in the numeric value that 100 kg it can take. Okay, something like this. I'm just passing some random things here. So two things that we have created here. Perfect. Now, what I'll do, see this carefully. Here I'm writing console.log. And in the console.log, what exactly I'm going to do that? I'm going to use the car reference variable car dot, and I'm going to call the car class method, which is drive the car. Okay. So here, the drive the car method, I can access it because it's obviously available in the car class. But can I access this start engine method? It means this start engine method is actually available in the parent class. And can I inherit the parent class properties with the child class reference variable? Of course. So in the car class, you don't need to create this start engine method. This start engine method is already there in the parent class. So I can definitely inherit in my car class also. So see this here, I'm writing the car dot see start engine method, I can call it. So when you call this start engine method, what will happen? First of all, at line number 45, the car class constructor will be called. And then the whatever the values that you are passing, the values are like Honda Civic 2023 petrol. So it will be given to this guy. And then I'm calling the parent class constructor like Honda Civic and 2023 go to the super class also. So the vehicle also will be initialized here. And then I'm saying that give me the starting engine or starting the vehicle engine or whatever. So can I call this particular method? Let's see, start engine. So let's call it. So let's open your terminal and let's click on the terminal. Let me clear the console. And then I'm writing the node inheritance.js. So here you can see that, okay, yeah, this is giving me the starting the engine. It will go to the start engine method, and under the start engine method, it's printing the starting engine over there. Perfect. So this is absolutely working fine here, right? Then let's see, I really want to call with the console.log. You don't need that actually, because why are you calling with the console.log? So you can directly use the start engine, because this start engine method is actually not giving you anything. That's why it's printing undefined here. Okay. So just simple call it. Okay. By mistake, I wrote console.log. Now you can see again, you run it starting engine. Nice. Then let's see, with the help of car, can I access any other properties from the parent class? So let's see what else we have in the parent class. Let's say I really want to get the information. So get info method, I'm going to call it. So simple writing, let's see dot get info method that I'm going to call. So what will happen? Get info method is saying that I'm going to return everything. Now this time it's giving you something. Then I can store it in some variable, or I can directly print it with the console.log. Now I can use my console.log because get info method is actually giving me or returning me something. Right, guys? So here I'll show you once again. I'm calling get info method, and get info method from the parent class. Actually, I'm calling it so that what will happen from the parent class, I can inherit all the properties in the car class. So what will happen in that case? Let's run it again. Now you can say that it's giving me Honda Civic 2023. It means giving me the exact car information that we have supplied here. Although we did not pass petrol, so it's not giving me petrol here. So get info method means give me the current class object, what is happening, make, model, and year. Right? So make, model, year that we have already supplied with the help of car class object. Right, guys? So in that case, what will happen? Honda Civic 2023 will be given to the vehicle class also. And whatever the make, model, year that you are supplying, it will be given to you guys. Perfect. So this is also fine. Then can I call with the truck class also? So same way that you can use a truck now, and see, I'm using truck dot, let's see, start engine method, right? And let's see, I'll go back to the start engine method, and then starting the engine for what? right? So starting the engine, let's see, I really want to print one more thing here so that, and I'm writing, let's see, this dot make, hmm? This dot make. So let's run it again. So start engine method will be called. And with the truck class, we have already given Tata Sumo and everything. So let's see what exactly it is printing. Here it's saying starting engine, the Tata truck, which is starting here. And here, when you call start engine with the car class, it's saying starting engine with the Honda. Nice. So this is also working fine. Same thing if you really want to print get info method with the truck reference. So let's use the truck reference here. Truck dot get info, give me the information about the truck. And you can see Tata Sumo 2020. We are fetching it. Nice. Now, can I call the individual method of the car class? Of course, that I can easily do it. Here you can see that this car class is having the drive car method. So I really want to call that method. Let's see drive car. And I really want to print one more thing here with the space that plus this dot fuel type also, if I really want to use that. So this variable, I can easily use it. And model also, let's say I'm printing. So how to call this method? By using the reference of the car class object reference. So here I'm writing that, okay, that car dot drive car method, I'm calling it. So let's see if I'm running it. So here you can see that driving the car, Civic Patrol. Same way, if I really want to use the drive the truck. So model and the loading capacity also, if I really want to print. So I can call this drive truck. How will you call the drive truck? With the help of truck class reference. So truck class reference is available here. And you simply write truck dot drive the truck like this. So let's run it again. And you can see that driving the truck Sumo capacity is 100 kg. But tell me one thing, can I call with the help of truck dot drive car method? See, if I try to call drive car method like this here, obviously, this is not a compile time language. It will not give you any red line error or nothing. So when you run it, let's see what happens in that case. Now it's giving me the error that truck driver is not a function in the truck class. So it's giving me the error because now with the help of truck, you cannot access car class properties because both are siblings, right guys? So what is the conclusion here? The conclusion is very simple that a parent class can have n number of child classes. So let's see, this is my parent class, which is a vehicle. It's having two child classes, 1 and 2. This is my car class and this is my truck class. So whatever the methods and the variables I'm having the vehicle, same thing I can inherit in the car class without any problem. And the car can have its own methods and own properties also, just like we created here, the drive car. So these three properties, I don't need to declare it once again inside the car class. I can easily inherit it without any problem. Same thing for the truck also. These three variables, I can easily inherit over here and truck can have its own properties also. But can the truck can access these properties from the car class? It means they both are siblings. So siblings cannot inherit anything. Although they are associated with the same parent, but they cannot take any properties from each other. They cannot inherit any properties from each other. So this is not allowed here, right? Like this. But let's do one thing. Is it allowed in JavaScript that what if I have two parent classes of the same class? It means I'm going to create one more parent class, right? So let's see, I'm going to create another parent class that is the car is also a, for example, let's see, bicycle or cycle class that I'm going to create. So car is a bicycle or not? So let's see, it's having two parents, cycle and the vehicle at the same time. Is it allowed? It means multiple inheritance is allowed in JavaScript or not? Let's try that. Okay, so let's quickly create one more class here. Okay, I'm just at the top level. I'm going to create one class and the class name is, let's see, a cycle class. And this class is having one constructor here. So let's say I'm going to create one constructor here. Let's see a default constructor that I have created. It means it does not have any parameter here like this. Or if any parameter that you really want to create, let's see cycle make comma year. That's it. Okay. And here I'm writing that this dot make is equal to make, same way. And this dot year is equal to year like that. Now I'll do one thing. Vehicle can be the child of cycle because right now vehicle is not extending anything. But here I'm talking about the car is extending vehicle. And here I'm writing comma and the cycle also. Is it really allowed? See, This is a syntax error that you cannot do it. Multiple inheritance is not allowed in JavaScript. With the help of classes, you cannot do that here. Okay, so don't try to achieve a class which is having multiple parent classes. You can have only and only one parent class in JavaScript, just like in Java also, right? So this is not allowed. Absolutely not allowed. So you decide you want to inherit the properties from the cycle or the vehicle, either of them. Want to inherit the property from the cycle, then you have to write extend cycle over here, not the vehicle. That makes sense. So multiple inheritance, of course, that you cannot have two parents, right? Or multiple parents. Same thing in real time also, right? Same thing in JavaScript, that you cannot have two parent classes, not allowed, right? But can we have the multi-level inheritance? What if on top of that, let's see, for example, let's see this one more class that I'm going to create on top of vehicle. On top of vehicle, let's say I'm going to create one automobile class. And this automobile class is having some features or some variables or some properties, and vehicle is extending this automobile. Yes. Then this C will be what? The grandchild of A, or automobile, you can say that. An automobile is the parent or grandparent of car class. Vehicle is the parent class of the car class, and car is the child class. You can say that, right? So this is my grandparent and this is my grandchild now, right? So in that case, what should I do? Let's do that. So here, instead of a cycle, let's create a better class name. Instead of cycle, I'm writing, let's see, automobile. Okay, so cycle, I'm removing it. So let me just increase the font size a little bit, and always give the class name with the capital letter and automobile here. And in automobile here, I'm writing only, let's see, one parameter, that give me the chassis number. That's it. And here I'm writing the chassis number. This dot chassis number is equal to this one, and only one property, and that's it. And I'm creating, let's see, in automobile, I'm going to create one method also. The method name here I'm writing, let's see, use aerodynamic, something like this. And then here I'm writing that console.log and printing that automobile aerodynamic. Okay, that's only one statement. I'm printing it here. Perfect. So now this automobile, I want that it should be the parent of vehicle. So in that case, the vehicle has to write the extends keyword here. And here I'm writing automobile. So see here, it's not giving me any error. So what is the hierarchy? You see that the automobile is the parent of vehicle, and vehicle is the parent of car class and the truck class. So this is the family. You can create it here like this. Forget about the cycle now. And then again, I come back here. So with the help of car, can I access my grandparents' properties also? Yes, you can access that. So for example, let's see if I'm writing car dot, and what other car class parent property can I access? Use aerodynamic, right? So see this car dot use aerodynamic method, which is coming from the grandparent. I can access that. But before that, see, it says that you have to explicitly call this particular constructor. See, when I run this program, right? See, I'm running it. It will give me the error. And it says that reference error, that must call the superclass constructor in the derived class before accessing this or returning from the derived constructor. It means now the vehicle has to call the parent class constructor. So what should I do in that case? Here we have to use a super keyword here. And then we have to supply about a chassis number. So let's say I'm just passing chassis number is something 1000 here. That's it. Okay. Otherwise, it will give you the error. Just like we did in the car class also, right? We were calling the superclass constructor, in the truck also superclass constructor. So in the vehicle also, you have to write the superclass constructor. You have to call it. Okay. So now let's say I'm running use aerodynamic method once again. And it's saying that truck.drive car is not a method. So let me remove it, because we are calling the drive car method from the truck. So remove this line. Let me clear and run it again. Now it's absolutely working fine. And what happens when you call use aerodynamic? It says automobile aerodynamic. So can you see that automobile aerodynamic is getting printed on the console? Perfect. And then if you really want to use this, print this also, this dot what? The chassis number, that also you can print it. So let's run it again. And now you can see that automobile aerodynamic 1000 is coming from here, right? So I can access any property from the grandparent, okay, with my child classes. So let's see with the grandchild also, I really want to print that console.log. I really want to print that car.chassis number. So it will give you the chassis number, that is 1000. Okay. So let me run it again. So you can see 1000 is getting printed. Same thing I can do with the truck also. Same thing I can do with the vehicle also in that case. Perfect. So I hope this is clear now that how exactly inheritance works in JavaScript. That's all for this session, guys. I'll see you in the next session. Till then, take care and God bless you all.